What's up, my family? This is Michael with Find Your Light, and I'm here to share with you another simple, easy recipe to eat healthy, to bring life into your body, to help your body, your mind, and your spirit on this journey that we call life so you can live to your full potential. So today I got for you a very easy recipe, and I want to call this raw vegan chicken because this is called chicken of the forest. It is a mushroom and it is delicious, and I'm going to teach you an amazing recipe that I just threw into a bowl yesterday out of just, hey, like, what do I got here? And I marinated these mushrooms for like an hour. We're going to marinate them a little longer today. And it was an amazing meal. And I'm like, I got to share this. So, my family, today, we are going to talk about how to make this dressing, and I'm just going to talk about my normal stuff because food is how I connect with you, because it's grounding and it's a common ground that I can meet people on, because sometimes I talk way too far out there and people are like, that guy's nuts, and you know, all that kind of stuff. So I want to talk about, first of all, I'm going to just go over what we have here, okay? We got 4 little Persian cucumbers, okay? I have 2 sun-dried tomatoes. I have about this much of dill. And I have 2 chive blossoms. These taste like onions because I don't always use onions. So you can use onions, okay? And then this is garlic, and I just cut a little bit. I like the planty part, so I just cut a little bit of this off. And I'm not even a fan of onion. I don't use onion too much because I feel that it messes with my meditations a little bit, because it's a stimulant for the body, and in Ayurvedic medicine they do call it an antibiotic, which is what it is. So we don't want to use garlic or onion, for a matter of fact, too much. So the truth of the matter is that I just got this from my CSA, and I'm going to use a little bit of it. I'll probably give most of it away, but every now and then I will throw garlic in a dish. But normally I don't ingest garlic. So which is why I'm using these blossoms here instead of onion, because I don't use onion too much. But if you use onion, go ahead. This is some kelp. All right, it's a sea vegetable. It's absolutely delicious. For those of you that aren't ingesting sea vegetables, ingest them. Eat them, because they are loaded with phytonutrients from the sun. They're filled with trace minerals. They're filled with chlorophyll. They're filled with so many good things that the body needs that we are lacking due to the soil depletion. All right? So we got some triple blend sea seasoning, because I don't use table salt anymore. All right, table salt isn't what you think it is. It's kind of a total misconception. This stuff is what you want to use. Sodium comes from plants. Celery, spinach, all these things have sodium in them. You want to substitute your sodium, your salt, especially table salt, but a lot of people are still on the Himalayan pink salt and all that kind of stuff. And realistically, it hasn't gone through photosynthesis. It's not really bioavailable for the body. So we got to get sodium that is bioavailable for the body, right? So this type of stuff. And then we got some, I am going to throw some basil in there, but I meant to grab the cayenne. All right. And we have some cayenne pepper, and then we have some coconut aminos. Now, this coconut aminos is what I found much better than Bragg's, because I'm going to read you the ingredients. We got organic coconut tree sap, sun-dried mineral-rich sea salt. That's it. Now, the Bragg's, that's got like a lot of other stuff in it. So you don't want to rely too heavily on this, but it is a great transition. And for something like this type of recipe, this is really what you want. And I'm gonna get a measuring spoon so I can actually measure you guys how much we're gonna use. All right, here we go. So all we're gonna do is we're gonna chop these cucumbers up. So what I wanted to talk with you guys about is understanding why it's hard to transition to a healthy diet sometimes. Why is it hard? And I don't even want to call it a diet. I remove that from the record. No more diets. We're going to call this a lifestyle. A permanent change in your being. Why do not diets work? Well, diets are temporary, right? And we normally have goals like losing weight as a reason to go on a diet. I don't really recommend anyone going on any sort of diet to lose weight, because the weight will come right back most of the time. We must desire to get healthy. We must desire to find ourselves. We must ask ourselves, why am I so screwed up with food? Right? Because the answers that is going to bring happiness to your life are found within this part of your life, food. We relate so much of our energy, so much of our emotions to how we eat. It's crazy. So when we eat these higher vibrational foods, they will help you understand yourself. So I started thinking to myself, what does each thing bring me? All right, so we take this cherry blossom, chive blossom, for example, and these are like pretty much an edible flower, and I have a ton of other edible flowers, right? And edible flowers is such a high vibrational thing to eat. But I'm looking at this this chive blossom here, and I'm like, what does it do for me? And then it tastes like an onion, right? So I'm thinking about that, and then I just think of the word expansion. I just think of the word expansion. It makes me just want to expand everything. So I'm going to throw some of this in there for some expansion. And then the other day I'm thinking like, what does an apple do for you? What does really an apple feel like when you eat it? Why? I mean, everyone loves apples, right? And I correlate the word kindness with apples, because a lot of times you like give people apples, you know, and it's a kind thing, and you give your teacher an apple, and like when you eat it, you know, it's got the little stem on it, and it just looks kind, right? So I think about stuff like this anymore, and because I replaced all the stuff that used to be in my head, you know, politics and fear and stupid stuff, and now I just think about, you know, what does this mushroom bring me? This beautiful mushroom. Do you know what this beautiful mushroom brings me? Oxygen and I feel like this mushroom brings me oxygen, and there's a word that I'm looking for that it's going to dawn on me, but it's not really looking for. I feel more of like a guidance, because I don't know. I'm looking at these little mushroom. These things on the bottom, these fins here, and I just feel like it's like guiding me. It's kind of like a pathway to something, and I don't know. So that's how I just kind of like to think when I eat. So I'm gonna chop up this, because I'm rambling again. I'm gonna chop up this kelp and put it in here. So anyway, so what I really just encourage all of you to do is when you eat, look at your food. Now we're gonna chop a little bit of garlic strings in here, and if you want to use clove garlic, then you know, use clove garlic. That's good. You know, like I said, I'm not a fan of garlic anymore. So it's all to taste. This is all to taste, guys. All right, now we're gonna throw 2 of the sun-dried tomatoes in there, and about this much of dill. All right. if you don't like dill, don't use dill. If you don't like this, don't use that. If you like that, put more of it in it. Okay. So I'm gonna see how much coconut aminos I have left. I don't have much. So this is 1 tablespoon. I probably want to use a little bit more than a tablespoon. Oh, it's about perfect. 1 tablespoon. Yeah. Okay, so that's like 1 1/4 tablespoons. Okay? And we're gonna go with, I don't know. Let's see here. 1/4 tablespoon of the dulse flake, of the sea vegetable flakes. And cayenne pepper, I'm gonna just say like a really big pinch. All right? I love cayenne pepper. It really heats stuff up for me, so I kind of go heavy on it. And I have some real raw basil, so I'm gonna use that, and I'm just gonna throw a little bit in there. So I'm just throwing 1 piece of basil in there. Now I'm gonna measure out some water for you guys. So as I was saying, I really want you guys to think about, or I would just really encourage you to think about every time you eat something, look down at it. What is it speaking to you about? What is it telling your body? Remember, food is information. So you go to Wawa and you get this sloppity doppity hoagie that some guy that doesn't like his job, that's in a bad mood, made it for you, and it's in this bun that was been there for 2 days, and then all this stuff that's been sitting out all day, and he slaps this thing together and he rolls it up and he puts a little sticker on it and he hands it and he goes, next, and then you eat that day in and day out, and you wonder why we're sick and you wonder why we're happy. Or you go up to one of those things, you know, in the Wawa, and it's real quick and you get it, it's been sitting under there all day, people have been coughing over it all day, 1,000,000 people have looked at it, there's people all around you, you know, and then you go to the thing and you grab a soda or whatever, and this stuff is what's feeding you. So we must understand what we're doing to our bodies. Think about it from a metaphysical / physical perspective. Like, meet me in the middle here. I know I'm like metaphysical, and then there's like, oh, well, it has this many calories in it, and it says it has, you know, this cheesesteak hoagie has this much protein in it. No, just meet me in the middle here. Just meow. All right, just like right there. Okay, we're not going to look at it from the food pyramid food pyramid perspective, and we're not going to look at it from, like, you know, me talking to my food all day long. So just meet me in the middle. What's it look like? Huh? Well, it looks like a pile of gunk in a this and that, or maybe this burger doesn't look too good, or maybe eating buffalo wings every day isn't very good for me, or, you know, this kind of stuff, or this bag of candy looks like it could be coming out of a tube to hold my tires together. I mean, I used to eat bags and bags of Sour Patch Kids, and I'm still fixing my gut from the destruction that I did to it. Okay, so I have 1.5 cups of water, and I'm just gonna do 1 cup of water to start. Okay, we're gonna do 1 cup of water. So that was 4 mini cucumbers, equivalent to about 1 big cucumber. We got the dulse, the cherry blossoms, this kind of stuff. I hope you guys just take notes as I write this down, because, you know, this is us just hanging out here. All right. Oh, I got this over here. I'm gonna turn this thing on. All right. When we operate our Vitamixer, we always want to start it on slow. By the way, it's much easier on the motor. I'm gonna blend this thing up. This is perfect consistency. All right, I'm gonna give this thing a taste test. Yup, that's it. That's what we want. Now, maybe don't use as much cayenne as me. That's pretty kicking right there. So, all we do is I'm gonna marinate these mushrooms. I'm just gonna sing to my mushrooms. I'm gonna sing to my mushrooms. Right? And I'm gonna turn this into a smoothie, actually. Because everything in this. So I got a little mushroom under there. Alright, yep, I'm just gonna let this sit. I'm gonna flip them upside down now. I want to be kind to my mushrooms. I want to keep them as intact as possible. Alright, there we go, guys. It's all done. Now, I'm going to take this other bowl and I'm going to put a lid on it. And I'm going to let this sit in the marination, or the marinade, for probably, let's say, I'm going to give it an hour and a half. And then I'm going to come back and we're going to hang out some more. We're going to make a dish. Alright, see you soon. Alright, my family, I let that chicken of the woods marinate for about 3 hours, and now I took it out of the fridge and I messed around with it a little bit. So it's been about 4.5 hours since I actually marinated it, so I guess it's been soaking for 4.5 hours. So just so you guys have a time frame. But here's what we're looking like. It's just like I let the mushrooms sit in the marinade for a couple hours. I added some homegrown sprouts. Check this out. Can you see the love? Can you feel the love? Because this is food filled with love. This is chicken of the woods, freshly picked off my friend's tree. You can use any mushroom. These are just some nice Persian little organic cucumbers. And these are some homegrown fenugreek sprouts. Guys, it's simple to go raw, it's simple to go healthy, it's simple to eat right. Look how simple that plate is, it's gonna be delicious. Anyway, peace out, take care of yourself. Remember, taking care of yourself is taking care of the world. Peace out.